Now, while I have this topic in my head real quick before I get back to what I was doing and shit, let me touch on this while I'm thinking about it. Topic is drunk driving. All right. Now, that is a controversial and sensitive topic. Has been forever, just like drunks in the past 100 years, fucking however long, fucking just like Dave Chappelle's been controversial in his in comedy or whatever. Anything can be controversial, just like trans males playing in female sports. That was somewhat controversial, but then all of a sudden, as soon as Trump was president, then it was like, oh, why the hell did we ever do this? Fucking or allow it, fucking whatever. Just like anything, just like anything is controversial in any given place and time period. Like fucking 100 years ago, well, blacks and females didn't have any rights. 100 years ago, it was legal to beat a female, your wife, with a stick or whatever. You know, anything is controversial, and it's, you know, those two fucking well, with my ex, uh, and my experience with people, but you know, anything can be controversial. Anyway, drunk driving. The corner store, I had like 5 cigarettes left. I needed to go up to the store, so there's been a. Don't get me wrong. There's been a. I'm 35 years old, just in a week. I'm about to be 35, February 18th. Um, I've only been driving for like 5 months or so since like last summerish, a little after last summer. You know, and some controversy on that too is what like insurance rates, like right, like whenever youngsters fucking first get their licenses, what from like 16 or whatever to like 18 or 20 or whatever, I guess their rates are up more. Now, I've never been a big driver my whole life. I've never driven a whole lot. Fucking but I'm 35 and I'm a seasoned alcoholic, drunk, whatever, one of the two. But in my 8 months of being out here at Grandpa, there's been a few occasions, well, throughout the night, because I work night shift. I used to before I quit, but where I'll go out like it's like okay, I can make it to the gas or to the gas station. You know, if I'm out of smokes, if I didn't properly, you know, gauge or whatever what I needed and shit. It's like okay, well, we'll see it. Fucking, and there's been a time or two, you know, other reasons, fucking meeting up with a homeboy of mine or two up the road before. But I have driven around a little bit slightly tipsy. Well, okay, more than that. I've driven around drunk, slightly drunk, and made it around and back just fine, just in the little confines of whatever. But there's also been one time too before where I was more than I thought or whatever and just giving it a go. I hold up. Pardon me. Hey, where I backed out the garage and I backed out into the street. I backed around, I drove around the corner and I drove around to the next corner. And then I was like, you know, in the safe zone where it's a little more residential. I was like, okay, nope. And I turned the fuck back around. There's been like one or two occasions. I think maybe one for sure, but maybe two. You know, so I know there are differentiations or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, I can go. I'll go out a little bit and I'll try this, and if so, cool. But if not, then I'll fucking know, and I'll turn the fuck back around, just like it has been. All right. Now I am 35. I ain't been no spring chicken for a while. You know, that's why I'm sure in those few years, fucking, when anyone's eligible to have their fucking license or whatever, they have that grace or caution period and shit, right? So I'm not sure if I'm old. You know, I'm not young, whatever. But as far as driving wise goes too, fucking, I've never been a driver. I'm 15 years past my time with that. So I don't know if it comes with like age and like just knowing like anything in general, you know what I'm saying, or as far as pertaining to driving wise. Which, now that I say it, I'm thinking it would go more with age and like experience. It's like, okay, you know what I'm saying, you know your limits, you know where you are, you know you've seen plenty of things or what might could happen or whatever. I've been in county before, right? So now after I say it, it's like it's more of a wisdom by age, not by wisdom. I don't know what the fuck that saying is, but you know, you can only burn yourself so many times or fucking do something, and then you start to learn off of shit, right? So maybe a collaboration, correlation, or whatever between whatever the fuck it is. So I think there is some kind of, otherwise I'd have shit. I wouldn't have made it back twice before, right? Fucking, I've been in a ditch. I'd have been, someone would call the laws on me, right? Or whatever. It could be ignorance, could be luck. Who knows? Could be luck. Fucking in shit. But I think there is some kind of relationship. There's a reason why fucking anyone like what, before 20? Well, that was like 10, 15 years ago. I'm old now. Fucking their insurance rates were up. Just like used to. One thing I don't agree with, fucking at 18, you can get fucked by all kinds of 7 different dudes and fucking post it online and get money for it. At 18, you can go and die for your country, however naive you might be or whatever. They test for it and shit or whatever. You can die, but you can't have a beer. Now, fucking back when I was 18, you could buy a pack of cigarettes. I guess now, from what I've heard anyway, I don't know for sure. It's been a while. But you can't even buy a pack of cigarettes at you're 18. But you can die for your country. You can get fucked and fucking make money off of it. So, I don't know. So, like, I don't know. To me, there's lines. There's, what I'm saying, it's like, if you're young, I don't know. I got no frame reps because I never drove when I was young. Well, I did. But I guess over time, like knowing things or being more familiar with life, maybe. And, it does have some kind of weight or whatever. So, I'd just like to note that real quick. I made it to, I've been drinking, it's, Super Bowl of 2025 just ended, I think. The Chiefs just lost, I think, miserably. I don't watch sports, but it's 8:45 here in El Paso, Texas. And, I've been drinking since 2:30. Sipping liquor. I ain't drinking with nobody, so I just sip all day. I sip casually and do shit in between. But I did just make it a few kilometers and fucking back, and what I'm saying, whatever. And not to brag and shit. Don't want any youngsters or any censorships to get the wrong idea and fucking, or whatever. But on a real level, though, I do believe there's, that's why. Okay, all right, that's all I got right now. Low boy, DMP.